Welcome to week 3. I'm so glad that you're here with us. I invite you to lie down and get comfortable. If you need a blanket to keep warm, you can also grab one. Today we'll be dipping our toes into the realm of emotions, the emotional body. This is the territory of the feminine. Now that doesn't mean it's solely the territory of those who identify as a woman or have the body of a woman. Feminine energy is an aspect of all people, just as masculine energy is. It doesn't matter what you identify as or what body you have. We all have both energies. How conscious to or present with each of these energies varies from person to person. In our world today, which is predominantly skewed toward the masculine, that highly values masculine traits, which is the rational mind, logic, the analytical mind, stability, predictability, and consistency, that's the masculine. And so when it comes to the feminine, when it comes to the emotions, very few of us have been given the permission to feel into and express our emotions, because our emotional world is anything but constant, predictable, or rational. The realm of emotions is dynamic, fluctuating, turbulent, flowing, unpredictable, and raw. So the world of emotions is the world of the feminine. When we ignore or suppress our emotions, when we do not allow them to flow freely, we constrict ourselves. Our bodies become inflamed and tight because the flow has stopped. When we don't have a safe container, a safe space to express our anger, sadness, and hurt, it begins to store and build up inside of us. Instead of feeling, expressing, and releasing, we hold on to, we stuff down. Without expression, without true release, and another to hold space for us and validate our emotions as being natural and good, we use tactics like avoiding, numbing, running, projecting, and blaming to manage this growing pile of unexpressed, unfelt, unexplored energy. Not that those things are bad or wrong, but they do prevent us from loving ourselves and loving others and experiencing joy and connection in our lives. So they may serve us at times, but at other times they can really limit what we can feel, the joy in our lives, the connection, the intimacy and closeness that we crave. In our culture, there's very little room for this expression. There's very little value or time placed on it. And so sometimes it can be overwhelming when someone gives us that space and gives us permission to feel and to be heard without judgment. I would like to create a safe, sacred space for you now as we move into the next part of the meditation. I invite you to bring your attention to your breath, noticing it coming in to your body and going out of your body. There's no need to change the rhythm unless you feel called to. Just notice the in-breath and the out-breath. Notice the air coming in through your nostrils, down past your throat and into your chest and your belly. Notice the muscles in your face and around your eyes and your jaw. Notice your chest and your arms, your hands and your fingertips. Notice your diaphragm and your belly. Feel your back against the floor. Feel your shoulders against the floor. Feel your upper legs, your calves, your feet and your toes. Become aware of your full body as it lies on the floor. Now I'd like you to imagine a golden bubble of light all around you. Notice what it looks like and what it feels like. Imagine that it extends out past the room you're in, and it makes a connection and touches my own golden bubble of light. Feel the connection, and also extend this bubble of light to everyone else who is doing this series with us. Imagine your golden bubble light connecting with our brothers and sisters in union and in safety. Imagine all of our bubbles connected, and know that you are safe and supported by all of us. Know that we accept all of who you are, and that we are here for you as you allow whatever emotions inside you to arise. We have no judgment of you. You are one of our brothers and sisters, and we have you. Become aware again of your full body, your full physical body. This is the physical. Just beyond the physical is your emotional body. Just beyond it is all your emotions. It's an emotional landscape. What emotions are hanging out here? Is there frustration? Is there anger? Is there sadness? Is there gratitude? Is there joy? Is there love? Is there excitement? Notice the full spectrum of emotions that are available to you, and know that all of them are acceptable, all of them are valid. We have this huge range of emotions, and it's acceptable to have all of them, yet there are some that we choose to ignore or have trouble feeling, have trouble letting come to the surface because of the implications, because of the storyline. But let's not attach any storyline to it. Just simply feel it in your body. What does the anger feel like? What does the joy feel like? Are there tingling sensations? Are there butterflies in your belly? Is there tightness around your chest? What sensations come up in the body when these emotions arise? Notice where on the spectrum you're comfortable going and where you're not. What emotions are coming up that you want to lean into, and what emotions are coming up that you want to turn away from. And it doesn't mean that we want to turn away from the so-called negative emotions. There are many times when we don't want to lean into positive emotions either. Sometimes it's frightening to lean into love. Sometimes it can feel too much. Sometimes love feels too much. But I would posit that that's not really love. I would posit that before you could get to love, before you could actually lean in and feel love, fear comes in. And so, before we can even get to the beautiful feeling of freedom that love offers, our fear creeps in. And so, we don't allow ourselves to lean into the feeling of love. With awareness and practice, feeling our emotions, we can simply feel into what we're feeling and ask, what is this trying to tell us, before we take an action. So there's the brief moment of awareness that allows us to have a conscious action rather than a reaction. And that can be so powerful in what manifests in our lives, what we create on our own part. Take a moment to settle into what emotions have come up for you, what's surfaced. Maybe something has come up that you didn't expect, or emotions that you thought were past but came bubbling up. Or maybe you didn't feel anything. Maybe you just didn't feel anything come to the surface. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with you if this didn't bring up emotions for you. It may take a different avenue to crack into some of those emotions, and that's completely okay. This was just an exploration for seeing what could come up through the meditative state. Perhaps on another day, something else would have came up. So every day our emotions change. Every day, every second, it can go from one emotion to the next. And so this meditation can be something you come back to at a different time of the month, a different time of the day, a different period in your life. And perhaps it would bring up a completely different set of emotions and feelings and sensations. And that's the nature of emotions. That's the nature of feminine. Flowing, changing, dynamic. For many of us, it's not a landscape we're well versed in. It's not a landscape we intentionally explore. I wish to leave you with this message on emotions. Find a safe space, find a safe person or group of people where you can feel your emotions fully, without judgment, without embarrassment, without shame. Find that group of people, find that person that can hold that space for you and support you to feel whatever comes up. And together you can practice doing this so that it becomes easier to do in other relationships where the other person or people may not be able to hold that space for you, but you can hold it for yourself. I invite you to slowly come back into the room. Notice your body on the floor. Notice the sounds around you. Notice the space you're in the room. Wiggle your fingers and toes, coming back into the body, coming back into the room. And when you feel comfortable, you can open up your eyes slowly. Thank you for honoring your emotions today, honoring your own experience, honoring your body today. When you honor yourself, when you work to heal yourself, is a huge step in healing our world. So many thanks and many blessings to you. Namaste.